Hi guys, and welcome to another Divi Theme video. This is Jamie from System22 and webdesignandtechtips.com. We got a cool little effect for you today. We've got a blurb image here. When you hover over the text part, a little button's going to fade in. And people can click on it, take them wherever you want to take them. When you roll off the text, it's going to disappear back out again. Nice little effect. We had a request for this. Really easy to do. There's no coding involved in this today. We're just doing it with the inbuilt features of the Divi theme itself, and it's really easy. So let's get started. I'm going to enable the visual builder so we can build on the front end. Okay, let's go down to where we want to work. I've got a blue tab for a section, a green tab for a row with 2 columns in it. I'm going to add a new module to our second column here. I'm going to use a little blurb module right here. Divi comes as standard with all these light grey modules, plenty enough to build just about any site. The blue modules here are from a free plugin called Divi Supreme Light, and we got some more Divi ones at the bottom here. I'm going to use the little Divi blurb module, purely so we can use an image. Obviously, put your title in here, and your content in down below. This is a regular text field, so you can align, bold, italicize, make bullet lists, add media if you want to. I'm going to leave mine just like that for the demonstration. Down below you can choose whether to use an image or an icon. I'm going to use an image today, but if you want to use an icon, you can flip that little switch to on. Divi's just teamed up with Font Awesome, so there's an awful lot of icons here to choose from. You can scroll through with a little cursor at the side there, or you can do a search. Or they've got a little button here that if you click on this button, it'll break out into a new box, make it easier to browse all of these icons for you. And like I say, there's a lot of them there. I'm happy to use an image today, so I'm going to flip that to off, but that's a great option for you. Okay, well, let's add our image. I'm just going to click on the image field, and let's add the same one as we had before. Okay, that's great. We've got our little image there. If you want to link this to somewhere, you can do so down below. And you can link the module and the actual title to different places if you want to. And always best practice, if you're linking to your own site, link it in the same window. If you're linking off-site, open it in the new tab. That way your site's going to stay open. Okay. Well, we don't want any background in there, so let's move over to our design. The only real thing I want to do here is put my text in the middle. So I'm going to go down to text. I'm going to align it in the middle right there. Fantastic. Okay, and what John was asking over here, he wants his blurb image and he wants to have a little button that fades in. So what we're going to do now, let's just say this, is I'm going to add a button module. Well, I'm not actually. I'm going to use a call to action module. So I'm going to click on our module we've just added here. I'm going to hit the little dark button to add a new module. And rather than using the button module, I'm going to use the call to action because it gives us more options for moving it around. And as you can see, it's put it in down below. It gives it a little bluey green background default. So I don't want any title on mine. All I really want is a button. I'm going to take the title away. Put whatever you want your button to say here. And down below we've got another text field, but I really don't want any text. For me, I just want the button. If you want to add a little comment or some text on yours, you can do so here. Or if you're going to use this on a tablet and mobile, you could put something like tap here, and it'll let that button show up on tablet and mobile also. So let's save this. That's great, and all we got left now is a little background field. And you may have noticed there's no button in there. The button's not actually going to show up until we add a link down below here. So let's click on the link tab here. We'll put a link in. Same best practice, obviously. And as soon as we put that link in, you may have noticed the button's turned up there. Great. If you wanted to link the rest of this module to somewhere else, you could do there, but as we're having a fade in button, I'm just going to use the button link itself. Let's take that background away. When I do that, it's going to the button will disappear as well because it's going to be white text on a white background. So I'm going to go ahead, hit that, trash can, get rid of that. Let's go over to our button now and decorate it the way we want. So I'm going to go over to my design tab, still in the call to action settings. I'm going to go down to the button. I'm going to flip use custom styles for button to on. Button text color white. I'm going to leave that just as it is, but I will give it a background color. Let's use purple. And as you can see, now I've put that in, it's shown up. And while we're doing our button, we can give it a hover state or a different color on hover if you want. And this is common to most Divi modules. If you hover up over the dark writing here, you'll see some little icons appear. Go to the parameter you want to affect, in our case the button background here. Roll over when the icons come up. If there's an arrow there, we can click on it and set one color for a desktop state and another color for a hover state when the mouse is on it, obviously. So when the mouse is on it, let's change that to blue. Great, we'll pop that back. Now then, what I really want to do with this is pull that button a little bit closer, and then we've got to make it disappear. And we only want to bring it back when we hover over this bottom part of the image and the top of the text here. So I'm guessing that's around 200, 150, 200 pixels. So what I'm going to do is go down to my spacing on the call to action here. Just roll this down a bit. Roll down. Let's go to our spacing down below here. Well, that's while we're here, let's put a bit of box shadow on there. I've still got a bit of a border I can see there, so let's go back up. I'm going to take my button border away by simply taking the border width down to 0. Fantastic. Great. And if you want to add an icon to your button, you can do so here. We've got a lot of icons to choose from, like I mentioned earlier. I'm not going to have a button on mine, so I'm going to actually turn this to off. That way, when I hover over, no icon will appear there. And let's give it a bit of text shadow just to help it stand out on that coloured field a bit more. Great. Now let's move it around a little bit. So I'm going to go down to the bottom of this. I'm going to go down to my spacing. As I mentioned earlier here, I reckon that's about 200 pixels, round about there, 150, 200. So I'm actually going to add 200 pixels of padding to the top of my button. And that'll actually push it down, but you'll see where I'm going with this. So let's just put in the 200, it'll put the pix in. And as you can see, that's pushed that button down by 200 pixels. And we've got 200 pixels padding on top of this. So what I want to do now is actually move this up. If I put a background color in here, you'll see what's happening. Let's put that background color back, or a color back to the background. You see we've given this button about 200 pixels on the top of padding there. So now we want to scoot this up over our text right there and have the button a lot closer, and then make it disappear and reappear when we want it. So now you can see what's going on with that module. I'll take that back away there. And we're going to use margin, so I'm going to go back to my design, back to my spacing. And let's give it negative 200 to start with. So I'm going to put negative 200. It'll put in the pix. That's grabbed it a bit closer. Let's get it a little closer still, maybe negative 220. Yeah, that works for me. And remember, we've got that padding on top of here, so this whole module is really now sitting on top of this module above it, which means we'll be able to trigger this button anywhere up here. So let's do that. What we actually want to do with this, still in our design, I'm going to close up the space. I'm going to go to filters down below. If we roll down, we'll find one called opacity. Opacity is see-throughness or transparency, if you like. And again, we've got little hover icons here. If we hover over the opacity, we'll hit the little arrow. When we're not hovering over it, we don't want to see it at all. When we hover anywhere over this text, we want it to come back. So on the hover state, hit the little arrow. I'm going to bring that back up to 100%. Fantastic. Now the time it takes to get from desktop to hover state by default with Divi is 300 milliseconds, which is pretty quick. I'm going to go over to my advanced. I'm going to go down to transitions. I'm going to slow mine down just for a bit of drama. You can either type in a value, say 750, or you can use the slider. You can also increment up and down with little arrows to the side there. Don't want any delay, want it to happen as soon as they put their mouse over. And the transition speed curve I like to use for some of these hover effects is ease in, ease out. These are all slightly different. Some will work better than others in certain situations, so do check them out. But today I'm going to use the ease in, ease out. Great. Well, just to finish off, I'm going to give our column that these two modules are in a bit of box shadow there, or drop shadow. And I'm also going to give it a little border on the bottom. So I'm going to click on the field again. I'm going to go up to my green tab for the row. We're working on column 2, column 1, column 2. I'm going to go into column 2, over to the design. I'm going to give it a bit of box shadow. And I'm going to give it a little border on the bottom also. So if we go up to border, just above box shadow, you can select all 4, top, right, bottom or left. I'm going to grab the bottom, and I'm simply going to give it a couple pixels border on the bottom there, just to make it stand out. Great, we should be good to go now. Let's save our changes, save the row changes, save draft or publish if you're ready, and let's exit the Visual Builder. And there we have it. We've got our little call to action modules when we hover over the writing. We've got that little button that's going to fade in. When we hover over it, it's going to change color. When we hover off the writing or the module, and then we can hover over the writing again and it'll pop back in. Same with this one over here. And that's a nice little feature to have on your site. Like I say, if you're using this on your tablet and mobile, you might want to put a tap here in, just below that, under the advanced settings, so your button fades in over the tap here. Or you can choose to hide it on mobile and tablet with the visibility tab. So I hope you've enjoyed this today and have found it useful. If you have, please give it a thumbs up, ring the bell, comment, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Once again, this has been Jamie with System22 and WebDesignAndTechTips.com. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.